I have a serious guilty pleasure. I am in love with Sam Beckett. And if you don't know who Sam Beckett is, he is the main character of the cheesy late 80s, early 90s sci-fi show Quantum Leap. Yep, I love Sam Beckett and Scott Bakula, who plays Sam Beckett. I want them to leap into my life and do something cool. Yeah, so I've always loved them since I was like 13 or something. Because, I didn't have the greatest childhood, and so I just dreamed that, oh my god, maybe Sam Beckett will leap in and change my life, and everything will be better, and he'll be nice to me. I once saved a girl's life. Really, I'm not lying. None of these are lies, okay? I was in a particular situation. I was in a van with a number of girls driving up to Georgia because a hurricane was coming. And because of the situation we were in, it was not optimal to be in that van. For instance, they would not roll down the windows and there was no air conditioning and we couldn't do anything about it. And so everybody was kind of going nuts. And so this girl that sat next to me named Juliana, she had a little bit of an impulse problem, and she was not a very happy girl anyway. So we were going like 65 up the interstate to Georgia, and she flings the van, I was sitting next to her, she flings the van door open and tries to leap out. And I catch her by the shoulder. I lock my arm on her arm, and I start yelling at the drivers, you might want to stop. And they're like, why? Because, they didn't listen to us. And I'm like, yeah, this is why. She's gonna die. And so I managed to keep hold of her while she was trying to kick and scream and make me let go until the van stopped. I have died before. Literally, I died. When I was 3 years old, I drowned. My mom went to pick up my sister from a friend's house, and me and my brother were left in the car, and I was 3 and he was 6. Well, my brother saw a swing set in the backyard, and so he got out of the car, and me being his little sister, I just followed him. Well, in the backyard there was also a pool. So I just got in the pool, and you know how kids do the little hand thing around the edge of the pool? Well, I did that for a while, then I just let go. Oddly, now this is the weird thing about that situation. We were at a nurse's house. And the thing is, it's not the fact that she was a nurse and she knew CPR. The bizarre thing was, those little things where they shock you back to life, what are they called? For some odd reason that I don't know to this day, she had those in her back seat. And that is why I survived. I was homeless for a brief period of time, hence my fear of homelessness. Not only was I homeless, but I was homeless in Miami, which is scary. And I was 18 years old, like freshly 18, and I ran away from a halfway house that I was in because they were not following the Constitution, in my opinion, and they were just completely stepping all over my rights as a human being. So basically, I packed a book bag. I walked out into the disgusting parking lot of this hellhole, and I screamed, "You all can go fuck yourselves, 'cause you're never gonna fucking see me again." And they never did. So I was homeless for a few days, which was disturbing. I loitered in plazas, and I stayed close to Denny's, because Denny's is 24 hours, and so I would get some change, and I'd go into Denny's and buy a soda and sip it for hours until they'd kick me out. Eventually I got picked up for loitering by the cops, and they brought me downtown, and they tried to find a case manager, but that didn't work out. They ended up kicking me out again. And they gave me $1 for a bus after taking me to downtown Miami. Yeah, real assholes, okay? And I called a friend, he picked me up, brought me to Broward, and the rest is history. I was once 4 feet away from Eddie Vedder. And if you're too young to know who Eddie Vedder is, why are you watching my channel? No, I'm just kidding. Eddie Vedder, I was 4 feet away from the man. Here's the story. I was at a concert that he was giving in Broward County at a baseball stadium, which I can't remember the name of right now. And I was like, no, 20 or something. I've seen Pearl Jam 3 times in concert. Like, I go to tons of concerts, or I used to. And so what happened was, I'm very short, by the way. I'm like 5 feet tall. And, you know, the opening act comes on, and I was standing right in the front near the stage, but I knew that I didn't want to be near the stage when Pearl Jam came on, because, you know, there would be a huge mosh pit and I'd probably die. I don't know, it just happened so fast that it's like, you know, the opening act goes off stage and everybody suddenly, you know, just piled in, and I was stuck in the center of the mosh pit. And needless to say, it was the worst mosh pit I'd ever been in, because I've been in a few. And I fell down, and I got my I got my arms stepped on. And I'm like, oh my god, if I don't pull myself up, I'm gonna die. And so I just grabbed 2 people by the backs of their shirt, and I pulled up as hard as I could. And I had these steel-heeled boots on, and they were cool. They were cool as boots. They had like mirror heels. And so I told my friend next to me, I said, you have to give me a boost. I got to body surf to the front and get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna die because I can't take it. I'm too small. And so they gave me a boost, and I body surfed to the front. Mind you, I was lighter back then. Body surfed to the front, and as I was trying to get pulled over the railing by the security, some asshole grabbed my foot and tried to pull me back into the mosh pit. So I kicked him in the head, and that ended that. Got pulled over the railing. Eddie Vedder looked right in my fucking eyes, 4 feet away from him, and I was like, Eddie! And they dragged me off in the other direction, off the side of the stage. And it turns out there were like a ton of ambulances there, and all these kids who had body surfed to the front and were like, you know, suffering heat exhaustion and broken bones and stuff. And so then I ended up over there, and what sucked about it was this. Like 5 minutes after I body surfed to the front and got yanked off the side, Eddie Vedder started letting people come up on stage. I missed it by 5 fucking minutes. He let like 20 kids body surf to the front and just jump up on stage. I was so pissed off. So there are my 5 facts. Okay. I have to tag 5 people. So I guess I'll tag, I don't know. I'm going to tag Rockin' Jellyfish because he said he wasn't tagged. And if he doesn't do his 5 thing video, then I know he wasn't watching this. I tag Lisa Lulu Fufu. So yeah, you have to make a video now, Lisa Lulu. I tag DJ Carlos 69. 5 questions you have to reveal. I don't know. I think he's been tagged already, but I'm going to tag him again. Our Evil One, you are officially tagged.